We do have extra runs coming in the wings. All we need to see is more donations to have those happen. But I don't want to stall for more time. I'm excited for this run. I have some history with watching this run, and I'm excited to see the actual full gameplay of it. So welcome onto the stage, Derrick.
Hello, how are you doing today? My name is Derrick, and we're going to be doing some Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. We'll have a little bit of time to talk about everything. Time will start in just a second. We are going to name our character Pat, if we can spell it correctly. It's been a long weekend, forgive me there. We're going to name it Pat for Prevent-A-Thon. That is what you're watching, and that is what we will name our character. And time will start when we say, yes, that's my name, right after this box. It's going to go, are you sure about that? Did I spell that right? And when we say yes, we are good to go. So, timer is 3, 2, 1, go. And we are on a nice start. So, we are examining all of the trash cans. That means we're just going to go take a sneaky peek in everything to see what is going on. So all we have to do is skip past a lot of this dialogue. Let me go ahead and say that this game has a lot of charm, a lot of characters in here that haven't been seen through a ton of the games together.
So real quick, while you're doing that, I do want to let you know, we had a little bit of a tech issue. It should be solved now, but if you want to reintroduce yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. My name is DerrickGnC, and this is the Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. Examine all trash cans. So it is a pretty simple visual novel / lane runner game. So right now, all we're doing is introducing ourselves. We've named our character Pat, because you're watching Prevent-A-Thon, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna talk to all of the characters here, and then examine this, and we're gonna find a mysterious ticket, and it turns out that actually belongs to Vector Crocodile. Or is it Alligator? And we're gonna tell you, hey, this is your ticket, probably shouldn't have left it in a trash can like that. So what is going on? The story of this is it's Amy Rose's birthday. And a lot like everybody got really into the murder mystery podcasts. So we're actually doing a dinner murder mystery. So everybody has their roles. Everybody has what they are doing. And yeah, so we are going to be playing as the Kawaka. That's a great animal in and of itself right there. Canonically named Barry, I believe. And you're going to examine our first trash can right here. We're going to take a peek at it. And sometimes Tails will be like, hey, you know, there's nothing going on with this, so why are we examining this? But it'll come up later. We've examined our first trash can. Super simple. And we're going to start the interrogation right here. And we're going to say, hey, you were attempting to escape. And we know that because of the shelf. There's a crack on the shelf. So here's where the beginning and a lot of the game content is going to be. This lane runner on the definitely Dream Gear. So our character is imagining Sonic running down a lane, collecting rings, and that is their way of thinking through the problems. That's how they're going to solve the murder mystery, by imagining Sonic collecting rings, running down a lane. I think that is really clever, honestly. It's really interesting too, as well. So, Alara, how familiar are you with this game as well as the Sonic series as a whole?
So I've played through several of the games casually. I actually run Sonic Adventure 2 as part of my archipelago pool. So I'm not a runner of that game, but I do play it a fair bit.
Okay.
I'm loosely familiar with the canon of the story for Sonic, but I'm not super familiar. So if you want to illuminate me on this, I'm more than happy to hear. Though I do have to say, I am here for Amy's dress, and I kind of want it.
All of the characters are a pure vibe in this game. They all have such great costuming. And here's the thing. They're all doing this because it is Amy's birthday. All of them got together and said, you know what? We are going to be supportive of our friend. And you can tell some of them aren't as into it as much as others. But they're, you know what, they're not saying, you know what, Amy is our friend, and we want to support our friend and love our friend. So we're going to do something that they're super into. And I think that that's a great thing right there. There's our trash can number 2. So we're going to take a look at the glass and say, hey, something's going on with that. There's a little bit of makeup, it looks like, on it. And then we are going to start the interrogation and say, hey, the arcade machine smashed up. What's going on, Knuckles? We gotta do something about this. So do you have a personal favorite Sonic character? That's a great question for chat as well.
So, growing up, I really liked Tails. I still have a little bit of a special place in my heart for Rouge. But Amy is still the character I gravitate back to often.
Fair. I can agree with that. I think Amy is one of those that grows on me. My first exposure to Amy was through Sonic Adventure DX, which is very fortuitous. And I kind of liked the gameplay, but E102 Gamma and DX just did. I'm a huge fan of robotics, so I'm here for
E102 was a very fun character, so I don't disagree with that. But yeah, I have a lot of very great core memories growing up, including having my Game Gear growing up and playing so much Triple Trouble.
Ooh. It's kind of funny how we went from... I remember seeing the Game Gear and going, this thing is huge. Why would anyone want that? And then I currently actively sit with a Switch and a Steam Deck, and it's like, oh, those are about the same size as a Dream Gear. Or as the Game Gear, I'm sorry. The Dream Gear is what we're doing in this game. So it turns out Rouge was in this room. Rouge was hanging out, and apparently so was Shadow the Hedgehog. The ultimate life form was hanging out with Knuckles. So we are going to go into the next room. And that is... Oops. Okay, great. And there we go. So now we're in a library car. First and foremost, I think we all wish we had a little bit of a library like this. Got books, double floors. I'm here for it. I'm here for a library this size. So we're going to talk to SBO and Vector, who are a butcher and a poet within the game. And there's our trash can. Nothing in the trash can. For now. Okay, so is there anything you would like to read out there, Alara? We got a little bit of time. We're going to examine some things, and then we're going to do some interrogating as well.
Oh boy, do I have so many things to say.
Okay.
For starters, I would like to thank Haxum, who sent in $10, who say, I'm making this donation for A, hammer time, and B, to support an amazing cause. Let's see what this hammer is made out of. Bop. So that went towards the hammer incentive for Spark, which has been met, so thank you so much for that. And I'd like to remind you all, we do have that Manifold Garden bonus run coming up. It's going to have to get met pretty soon, because the run is pretty short. So if we want to see that happen, it does need to be met before the end of that run. After that, we do have another bonus run, which is going to be the Superliminal Bonus Secret Ending run. So if we want to make that one happen, we need to get donations on that one as well. So if we want to send some love to Manifold Garden, get that met, then we can start working on Superliminal. So feel free to put those donations in, and they can be relevant to this run as well. I would love to hear A, who you think the murderer was, and B, just who your favorite character is. Also, if you send me your favorite character, again, I want to know, what would they order at Wendy's?
Ooh. Okay, I haven't got the answer to this question. What would my favorite character... Okay, so we're going with in this game. So Shadow the Hedgehog is my favorite, and I think Shadow the Hedgehog is probably a Baconator fan.
You know, I can see that. I can definitely see that. I don't disagree.
Because I'm trying to think of... I can't really think of a ton of other things other than maybe the chili and like a Frosty, but those don't... That doesn't scream Shadow. I could see Sonic being into the chili and Frosty.
Chili dogs. Sonic would do the chili dog.
Agreed.
Like, he wouldn't care. He'd just be like, I want a chili dog, and they would just be, sir, this is a Wendy's. And he would just keep want to order the chili dog.
Agreed. Yeah, I can see that. But I think there's something about Sonic's character just makes people go, you know what? I think I wanna listen to this guy. I mean, think about how many villains that Sonic has turned around and made good guys. You know, we've got Shadow the Hedgehog, technically started out as a villain. Espio, Vector, and Charmy the Bee was on Team Chaotix.
Rouge was also technically a villain.
That's
more
true.
Antagonist than villain, but still.
True. It was Rouge the Bat.
It was Rouge, Eggman, and Sonic, and Shadow for that game.
That's right.
It was SA2.
It has been such a long time since I have played this, or since I played Sonic Heroes. I remember all the teams from Sonic Heroes being really kind of cool and interesting. But
I want to replay Sonic Heroes because I never finished it, and I feel ashamed of that.
Good. It's been a long time, so I don't really remember a ton of it, but I remember gaming magazines would have Sonic Heroes in it, and it was really exciting. Okay, can't forget the trash can. We haven't got to examine anything other than that, so there's the trash can. There's nothing but trash in this one, so let's go find Shadow. So now we're in the lounge car where Shadow the Hedgehog is hanging out. And Shadow is being kind of mysterious, as Shadow does, but that is okay. Turns out there is a secret in the wardrobe. It's not Narnia, it's in fact the library car. There's somehow enough room in this train that we have a secret passage. And this is technically the only trash can we have to select, because there's always something in the trash bin, and this time there actually is. So we're gonna talk to Shadow and start the interrogation, and we're gonna do some questions with him, and I will explain why Shadow the Hedgehog is my favorite character. And this game is the one that made it made it for me. Shadow the Hedgehog is very much... Would we agree that Shadow the Hedgehog is very much the Vegeta of Sonic, right? Kind of like, I don't want to be here, but I kind of live on this planet too, so I kind of should probably be a decent person, right? But
he likes to play himself off as more antagonistic than he really is.
Exactly. So, in this, it turns out that Shadow was actually buying a gift for Amy for her birthday. Now, you might go, okay, well, what would Shadow get Amy for her birthday? And you'd think, oh, all the typical Shadow answers. It'd be something that Amy would look at and go, thanks, and an avocado, but it's actually something that Amy actually wants. Concert tickets, good seats to her favorite band. Got her concert tickets. And
I am here for this kind of supportive friend. I am impressed with Shadow.
Exactly. That it was like, hey, Shadow the Hedgehog, this person who, very mysterious, started off as just the edgiest of characters, is buying a gift, a meaningful gift, for his friend, and I'm here for it. That honestly clinched Shadow being my favorite character. Because he could have said, hey, you know what, I did your dinner theater, I'm good. My birthday's gifts are given for the year, for the rest of my life, so please don't ask. Didn't. He's a supportive friend, and I think that that's the type of friend that we all need.
So I know this game is canon to like the Sonic storyline. Do we know roughly where it fits in on that path?
Not really. I don't know it off the top of my head. Potentially someone else does, but I don't know off the top of my head. I kind of view it in this hyper-liminal place where it's where we need it to be.
Everything happens when it's convenient for it to happen.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's do the trash can. So now that's one of the last trash cans that we'll do. We've got the arm, the dart. There is a weird dart here. And then we'll talk to Amy and we'll say, hey, we're good. We're ready to go. We are ready to solve the mystery. So let's go ahead and get everybody together. But it turns out we had ran across Sonic and went, oh, Sonic's, pretending to be... he's pretending to be the victim. But he's not. Apparently he was knocked out via a mystery dart. So we now have to figure it out, and we think it's SBO. We think it's SBO because of a lot of different things, and it turns out that who was helping? Rouge was helping, and there we go. It is exactly what we thought. It was Rouge all along. I would highly recommend. I know we're skipping past all of the dialogue, and you might be going, I don't get it. This game is free. It's on Steam. It's 100% free, so you can go out and go play it, and I highly recommend that. But then another thing that I highly recommend is maybe get together some friends and everybody take a character and voice that character and make your own little theater for it. It is super fun to do that because everyone gets to voice a character and you get to kind of unravel the story, as well as you just get to hang out with your friends. Maybe make a Sonic dinner, a themed dinner. Everybody has chili dogs. And then you play the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. And you just have a good time. That's one of the things that I'm going to be trying to do after I finish all the stuff I have to get done. All the scheduled stuff is I want to get together a bunch of people who appreciate Sonic like I do to do this. So,
I mean, if you have an open slot for Amy, you can always DM me.
You know what? I think you can have dibs on that one. But we are going to be doing the last couple of these real fast. There is more, clearly. But we're going to have some extra story dialogue. Because it's going to turn out, oops, Sonic... You know what? We're playing a Sonic game. Nothing happened to Sonic. Sonic was just really eepy. It's been a long weekend for Sonic. For all of us. Very much tired and is ready to take a nap.
Sonic has been very present in this marathon. He's been doing a lot of great work for us and doing lots of running. So he deserves that little bit of a rest.
It's true, and I accidentally gave Sonic that rest. So when you do not collect enough rings, so you'll see at the top we have the out of 70 rings. If you don't grab enough, you actually have to redo the whole thing. Redo this whole running section. hopefully we don't have to do it again because I have taken too many hits. But that's okay. Wow. It's honestly not too bad. I'll have to do this again. Yep. I have missed way too many rings here. That's what happens when I get the yapping. So, while I am doing that, why don't we hear some lovely things about what we got coming up?
I would love to. So next up, we do have a run of Spark the Electric Jester 2, run by the fantastic Tempest Mask. That run's going to be happening right after this, so we're all excited for that one. We also have, as we saw, the Superliminal and Manifold Garden runs. But the other thing I would like to do is remind you all why we are here, and that is the fact that we are raising money for Little Warriors. So Little Warriors is a national charitable organization focused on awareness, prevention, and treatment of child sexual abuse. We also advocate on behalf of and with child sexual abuse survivors. So they have their Prevent-It workshop, offering hope to help prevent child sexual abuse. It is a free workshop that educates and empowers adults to take action and help prevent and respond to child sexual abuse. You can learn more at https://littlewarriors.ca/prevent-it. The other thing I would like to remind you all is we are raising money in dollars Canadian, so that means that for a lot of us there is a conversion rate change. And that means that there's a little bit of mathematical magic that happens where if you're donating in US dollars, for example, your donation just gets multiplied. So if you send in $1, you end up giving them about $1.37 in donations. And if you want to support them with $10 in Canadian, that's only going to cost you about $7.30. So feel free to get those donations in because your money really does go a long way, especially with smaller organizations like this one. A lot of that money just goes directly to fantastic use. So we really appreciate that.
I can big agree on that one. Gotta love the money magic, right?
The money magic is fantastic. This is true.
Okay, so
as a mathematician, I approve.
All I can anytime everybody says mathematical, all I can think of is the line mathematical from Adventure Time. So we have awoken Sonic. And now we are going to actually be playing as Sonic as we are running back to the front of the train. We were dragged all the way to the back of the train, and now we're going to run all the way to the front. So, we are now in a long sequence of running sections as we are running to save our friends. We can officially see no longer on the Game Gear, this is Sonic Actual, and we have such amazing music. This game has a certified jam of a soundtrack, and it definitely really good to work to. I've turned it on while I've been doing my full-time job, and it is really good to listen to. Kind of gives you that extra pep in your step. There we go. Yeah, we did finally lock in and get to that running section. I don't know what was going on there. But we made it through. And turns out, like, the train is actually being powered by a flicky. Which is, for those who don't know, is the little bird that you save whenever you wreck one of Robotnik's robots. It is canonically a flicky.
This is something I just now learned.
It's true. It's one of those weird things that I don't know if they have ever... I can't think of when they would have confirmed it, but it's really interesting to learn. There we go. Oh, are you kidding? I thought I had the last one.
By one. Off by one. Alright, everyone, I think we need to send a little bit of love to Derrick, so if we can get chat rolling, send those good vibes in, send those donations in, cheering Derrick on. I'm sure he would appreciate it.
Yeah! Also, dance emotes. This music is great. A great vibe. There we go.
I may or may not have been dancing in my chair this whole time.
There's songs later on that are even bigger vibes. But yeah, it's honestly, for being a free game, they put in a lot of effort into this game. I think it was made as an April Fool's joke. But it goes harder than really would have expected as an April Fool's joke. You know, you got other silly games that come out, and you're like, all right, cool. This one's a real game, and it's real good. There we go.
Sometimes these simple little quote-unquote joke games are the best ones.
Agreed.
The developers just have freedom to just do whatever they want and focus on making something fun and good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can agree with that. So now we find out, whoops, it was Dr. Robotnik this entire time. Okay, here's the question, and everybody in chat can answer this. Dr. Robotnik or Dr. Eggman? What are we thinking?
So, my personal vote, again, just based purely off of Sonic Adventure, I have to say Eggman because I am the Eggman. Which, if you played that game casually, you know exactly what song I'm talking about and why it is ingrained in your memory never to leave.
I love those types of songs where it's like, well, that's not leaving my brain for a long time.
It lives rent-free in my head.
Yeah, this is another absolute bop. I think there's another one that is a little bit more of my favorite, truthfully. But this, it sounds so good, and it's honestly just epic sounding. And there's
I can't quite place it, but it gives me memories of, like, playing specifically Mega Man 8.
Okay.
Because there's, like, sections where this just reminds me of that.
Yeah. There's a section that whenever I'm streaming it, I always bring it up to my chat of like, hey, this reminds me of... It's actually the Killer Queen from Deltarune. If you've ever played that game, you'll see a character coming up that has similar... it just weirdly reminds you of Killer Queen. Or Joker. And that makes no sense to anybody who's not played Deltarune.
I'm sure we've got all kinds of gamers in chat, so someone will understand that reference.
Alright, let's hear some more about this lovely charity that we have going on, because apparently I'm having trouble locking in right now.
Absolutely. So again, we're supporting Little Warriors, and amongst the fantastic things they do is they have the Be Brave Ranch program, offering a 1-year combined on-site and outpatient program designed with significant input from many leading academic and clinical experts who specialize in child sexual abuse and trauma to create a specialized, intensive, trauma-informed, evidence-based treatment center focused on helping children, teens, and families who've been impacted by child sexual abuse. So, the other thing I would like to do is, again, thank you all. You have been absolutely fantastic. Previous Prevent-A-Thons raised $1,250 Canadian. And if you check our donation totals, we have more than doubled that this event alone. So you are all doing amazing. This is inspiring. This is amazing work on behalf of all of you. So I love and appreciate all the love you're doing, all the support you're giving. This is absolutely special to be a part of, and it is just thanks to you all, the viewers, the runners, everyone. You're all participating, you're all a part of this event. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here.
I can agree so much with that. This is one of the first marathons that I've got to be kind of like, I've got to help do hosting and things like that, and it has been a blast to do it. It's been a lot of work, but it has never felt like work. It has been like just getting to do something really awesome with new friends. That has been amazing. And I hope that's come across for everyone. It's like, it has been a blast all weekend. Been super fun, and I am very thankful that I got to be part of it as much as I did. With getting to host and do some flex stuff, and getting to run some amazing games, and to see some amazing runners. So honestly, give it up for all the hosts and producers and the tech team. They have been absolutely clutching it out this weekend. So I am super thankful for them that it's gone as smoothly as it has.
Yeah, so I would like to say, everyone, please remember, support these smaller events. Not everything has to be a super huge event. Sometimes these smaller events do fantastic things for great causes too. And, you know, a lot of the times, these are great places to find those runs that don't always make it onto the stages at these giant events. So I actually meet a lot of runners that I very much adore and became friends with here. And I learn a ton of interesting runs. So the other thing is, you can also stay tuned. If you haven't followed this channel already, feel free to give us a follow, because there may or may not be some special goodness announced very soon.
Ooh, do it.
So there might be some bonus content in the coming week.
Okay, so we have officially done the last running section, so we are rapidly approaching, at the speed of sound, the end of the game. And I will give time when that happens. So I'll go ahead and do some shout outs right now. First of all, big shout out to, honestly, my wife, who has been so awesome this entire weekend. Has gotten our kiddos out of the house so I can do as much as I have. Super thankful that she's been able to do that. So love and appreciate her for that. And honestly, love my community, who has really been encouraging to submit some of these games, and who's been really patient with watching these games over and over and over as we practice them. So yeah, super thankful for them as well. But yeah, if you are interested in more speedrunning content or randomizer content, yeah, my name's DerrickGnC. You can find me on Twitch and YouTube, and that's time. And this has been The Murder, Sonic the Hedgehog. Thank you so much, everyone, for getting to hang out. And everything like that. Thank you so much. Also, thank you to the amazing Alara. You've been so great. Thank you so much for being on comms with me. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for sharing this fantastic game. This was really fun to watch. You have been a pleasure to host for.
Well, I appreciate that. But yeah, that is the Sonic block as well. So that is the end of that. I appreciate each and every one of you. But yeah, I will. I'll catch y'all later.
All right, everyone. Again, let's send off Derrick with that little bit of love before they go. I want to see chat cheering real hard. Thank you so much for being here, Derrick. We appreciate you. Now then, we are